Will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. He invested his money in a property called Woodman...
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes,
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
take your time and join me there.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve.
I should help Mrs. Hudson here.
I shall go alone, then.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
These footprints appear to be quite large. These footprints appear to... It seems that the garden was well maintained. It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my...
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, madam.
Mr. Holmes?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything. Peter Carey's body is inside the...
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see. These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well,
Perhaps... What a terrible way to die. Someone drank from this glass recently. Someone drank from this glass recently. The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture. Yes, this is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors. Someone drank. This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps. The tooth of a sperm whale. Hammerfest. Dundee. It's a whaling map. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook. The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. These abbreviations mean something, but what? This wooden handle is plain and solid. Aha! Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
Mr. Holmes?
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are...
And why is that?
Because of last night.
Oof.
It is very...
Aha!
We shall remain on the outside.